What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Rip City Rundown podcast. As you see, two of us are together, and then we have Cody still. That sounded sus, but we're going to move past it. Cody is back in Portland, and we're going to be talking about the Blazers because we just finished watching the Blazers Spurs game. We get another win, 3-1 since our last pod. We have no really big structure to this podcast this time, but we're just going to dive deep into each game and talk about some of the future plans we have when it comes to the Blazers. So I'll go over to you, Cody, first. Spit with me.
I'm spitting. All right. Well, first of all, I'm home. Okay, last podcast, I was in college.
Actually,
so glad to be home.
I'm going to stop you real quick. The first thing I want to ask you about, how was that game? What game did you go? Give me everything you know.
So I went to the second Timberwolves game, which was a W. Damian Lillard just put on a clinical, memorable performance. 11 3-pointers. He had 11 3-pointers halfway through the third. Many thought he was en route to break the NBA record of Klay Thompson's 14 threes a game and tie his personal record of 12 threes a game in a playoff game. Unfortunately, or you could say fortunately, we were blowing the Wolves out of the water, and Dame did not have a chance to play in the fourth quarter, but nonetheless, it was a really fun game. Great seats. Haven't been to a meaningful Blazer game in person in a while, and I'm excited to go to a game with you guys here against the Hornets in a couple of weeks. But yeah, 3-1, really happy after our poor, last month, I guess you could say, where we lost 8 of 9 games, but feeling good now. We're in the 4 seed, 5 seed, something like that. Feeling great.
We are let me just pull up the conference standings here.
Are we 4?
We're the 4 seed. We are obviously tied with Phoenix. It's still a logjam from 3 to 10 pretty much. New Orleans and Memphis is kind of pulled away. But I do like the way we are playing. We took care of the Spurs tonight, 128-112. Quick guessing game. Who led the team in plus-minus tonight?
Not Lillard.
Josh Hart.
I'm going to say it's, Josh Hart.
You guys are both wrong. It was who?
Not Jeremy, not Nurk. Maybe Eubanks.
Eubanks was tied for second. It was Anthony Simons.
What was his final stat line tonight?
Plus 17. Simons went for 23 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and shot 5 of 9 from 3, 9 of 15 from the field. Dame led all scorers with 37. He was 7 of 14 from 3. Dame's in a nice little run here with the shooting.
Yeah, I do want to say, since our last pod, we played 4 games, and Dame has scored 4 straight games of 35-plus points, tied for the longest streak this season.
Smells like Western Conference Player of the Week to me.
I could absolutely see it.
He goes 40 points, 36, 38, I guess
he would have
37.
to perform the next 2 games since the week.
It is the Mavericks who are tough, but then you get the Rockets. Rockets.
I'm really happy to go 3-1 this week. But can we talk about that Denver game? Because that was a very emotional.
I was streaming that game. That was it was a fun game to stream. Good stream. Good numbers because it was a close game. But I want to say, what are your thoughts? Let's just get to the elephant in the room. What are your thoughts with Chauncey's been doing this all year, but putting Jeremy Grant on seeming to be the lead guard of the other team. He guarded who are a couple of guys he guarded? He guarded Murray, obviously, but I was trying to think of other teams we played. He guarded Russell the other night. In the past, he guarded De'Aaron Fox even in the first game of the season, but he's guarding Jamal Murray on the final possession. And he looks scared to give up the 2 when the 2 only ties. He really gives him that 3. He got a good look. And what do you think about that?
I think it's fine. If you're referring to that specific Denver play, at the end of the day, Murray made a nice move, made the shot. If he misses that shot, we're all like good defense. Or we're not good defense. We're just not talking about it. We're just talking about the good things from the win. I like Grant has accepted the challenge of taking on the lead guard because in the past, it's been Dame, it's been CJ, and I was actually I had to drive home today from college. I was listening to our most recent podcast, and Cody, you said one thing that you liked was that we weren't necessarily bad at one thing because in 2015 it was defense, in 2016 it was defense, in 2017 it was defense, and
keep it going.
Yeah, I could go on until this year, but Jeremy Grant's a big part of why our defense is not at the bottom because Dame and Ant are similar to Dame and CJ. Maybe it could be a little better. Then I don't know. I don't know the numbers there. Nurk is still Nurk, and Josh Hart is a good defender, so he helps too. But I do like Jeremy Grant taking on the lead guard. You're going to have plays like that. Murray hit a good shot. Murray's been horrible, I think, since coming back from injury. He's still working
honestly,
back.
it was the game before the Blazers, but the Blazers was kind of his like get right game, and he's been good ever since. So
Yeah. I mean,
the Blazers, if you want to have a good game, just play the Blazers. What could you?
I have no problem with that specific play. I feel like people are overlooking it individually. I mean, they were down 2, so you're gonna guard the 2 heavy and force him to do a step back 3 for the win. Like again, that was a tough shot to hit.
So another example of why I thought Grant was fine is because if you press him too much on the 3-point line, he's going to get an easy layup, just like LeBron did in that Lakers game when Dame hit the 3, and then LeBron went down the lane and just dunked it. And we were like, "What are we doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it wasn't even an open shot. Like he was pretty. It was a hard shot.
He got a clean look, but he had to make dribble and step back. It's a tough shot for a guy from the deep corner who's not going to shoot there very often. He made the shot, but that was our one loss this week. We then went for a little home. One more
thing. I was ranting this over Instagram. We lost by 1 point. We had 5 technical fouls. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I do remember that. Soft technicals, some bad technicals. But
I didn't really watch that game in detail.
At the end of the day, 5 techs. That's 5 free points for the other team, assuming they hit their free throws there.
And we lose by 1. It's just like, get those stupid mistakes out of there. And we're 4-0 on the week. Just really infuriating. But nonetheless, fun to see Dame ball out after that. But
so following Denver, we had a home and home with the Minnesota and won both games. Honestly, we did have to come back in the first game a little bit, but we just, to be honest, looked a class above Minnesota. I do know they didn't have Karl Anthony Towns. It might not matter. I mean, they were not in Minnesota, so they were not winning in Portland. But I believe the first game was the first time Dame and Ant both scored 30 in the same game. Yeah. Good milestone there for
Which is wild. I mean, they haven't played that much together, so it makes sense.
It's crazy when you first think about it, but when you actually think about it, you're like, oh, that actually makes sense. But good games from our backcourt from both of them. And yeah, I mean, in my opinion, that's the most impressive thing of the week. Obviously winning 2 games, but against the same team, not back to back, but in 2 straight games it's very hard to beat an NBA team twice in back-to-back games.
Yeah, I want to shout out Nurk from those games because Gobert is obviously he's not the most gifted player when it comes to offensively, but he can still quietly get a 15 and 15 game. Mm-hmm. I thought Nurk was, I don't know his exact stats from those games, but I felt like you felt the presence of Nurkic more in the past. And I think this whole week you have, even in the game against Denver, Jokic is going to cook everybody. So you can't say Nurk had a bad game defensively, but he at least matched it in a small sense offensively. So I made that made that video about Nurk saying we got to talk about him, we got to go through these stats, and I think since then he has played better than he had prior to the video.
Do you think he listened to you on the pod?
Maybe. Possibly.
I mean, I did see we had one listener that was from Bosnia.
That's cool.
Kidding.
Shout out. No. I was gonna say shout out Bosnia. I don't know, bro. But quickly about Nurk, the first Minnesota game, 8 points, 15 rebounds. Great work on the glass. Second game, 14 points, 16 rebounds. So he did impose as well on the glass. Didn't do so as much tonight, but that's okay. The Spurs were just not very good. I am impressed that the Blazers, after a tough stretch, can come back and go 3-1. I know look, I think we all expected a 2-2 week. I think the Denver game, we were like, if we lose, we get it. And then it's tough to beat Minnesota twice.
Yeah.
Spurs game was always going to be a win. I mean, that one was gift wrapped, although the last gift wrapped win was the Clippers, and we saw how that happened.
But when Damian Lillard said he doesn't fumble presence.
Right. Dame knows how to get people gifts. He knows what people want. Okay.
That's good.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to mention Drew Eubanks real quick. What if I told you guys that Drew Eubanks hasn't missed a basket in the last 3 games? He hasn't missed a shot. So and I wanted to go to that first Minnesota game. That first Minnesota game, because that's what we were talking about. 5 for 5. He had 2 of those crazy dunks. He almost split the same amount of minutes with Nurk, despite, we were talking about how good Nurk was playing and his matchup with Gobert. But it was awesome to see Drew Eubanks play well. And yeah, so I have his stats: 3 of 3 tonight, 3 of 3 last game, 5 of 5 the game before that, and then 3 of 5 against Denver. But highest shooting percentage on our team. Of course, they're all dunks, but then again, he brings energy. He had the best plus minus in 2 out of the 4 games this week. Drew Eubanks.
I mean, if you just grabbed Nurk and just gave him a little magic dust of the Eubanks finishing skill set, Nurk would be him, man.
Yeah.
Nurk would be Embiid.
Damn good. Quick question. I asked this on the stream, but I want to get it. Is Nurk top 10? Is he a top 10 center?
I don't think so. No, like not even. I don't think.
I ask this question all the time.
It's a firm no.
It's a firm no.
I think he's closer to 20 than he is to 10.
Wow, he's on top of 15.
I don't want to go through and name
top 15.
I think he's probably around 15.
Okay, so he's a league average.
I'm gonna say
he's an average center.
I'm saying no. It's not a firm no. It's like paper. It's not firm, but it's solid.
He's like 12.
Yeah, I'm just. You know what? I said I'm not going to name it, but now I'm going to go through each team and see if there's a better center. Boston, you could argue Robert Williams is better. Milwaukee, you could argue Brook Lopez is better. He's front runner for Defensive Player of the Year, believe it or not.
Brook Lopez.
Cleveland, Jared Allen.
Allen.
Embiid. Miles Turner. Bam. I don't think Capella's there anymore. Vucevic, I think, is on the level of Nurk at this point, but we'll say he's there, no, we could take it away.
I'm not going to go.
Mason Plum. Okay. Valanciunas is on the same level, I think.
I'm taking Valanciunas.
Same with Steven Adams. Steven Adams. Jokic.
Taking Jokic.
Ayton. Zubac, no. Yes? No. Cat.
Yep.
I mean, Cat and Rudy, but can we count those both?
They were too big.
Is AD a center now?
No, but say Nurk, that's 10 we named. And there's
total. You can
and there's already like 5.
Okay, he's around 15.
Yeah. Well, I would say he's not top 10, but he's firmly top 15.
13 to 15.
Okay. But
that would be firm, I guess.
But I wonder what Nurk's contract compares to everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an outrageous contract, but like I said in the other video, it's just always in the back of your mind, like, we're paying this guy $70 million over 4 years and he's doing this. I would like a little more. And for all again, we don't hate Nurk here. And for all the people that are like the Nurk fanboys out there, he is like, and say, well, he's the fourth option and he's paid to get rebounds. He's not paid to just get rebounds. He's paid to, when he gets the ball, to do something with it, not to be in the 11th percentile when it comes to finishing. So again, he's been good the last 4 games and since the last pod. So I don't want to make it sound like Nurk.
I feel like we're becoming the channel that's like not hating on Nurk, but a lot of our conversations revolve around him. And I do want to give him credit because he's not as bad as we say he is. The only reason we're saying he's bad is because a lot of people say he's better than he is.
Bingo. And
there's nothing wrong with saying that you're overrating a player as long as you rate him properly. If we started crapping on him too much, and then you could be like, okay, well, you're not rating him properly either. You're underrating him. I think Nurk is in the middle. And usually that's honestly, this is just a macro argument here. This is probably just true for just NBA opinions in general. There's going to be a group who are like, LeBron's the GOAT. There's going to be a group that's like, LeBron sucks. And the answer is always in the middle. No one's ever actually right.
Yeah.
So the people who overrate Nurk, he's not as good as you think he is. And for the people who think he sucks, he's better than you think he is. So that's my big brain take of the day.
Enough about Nurk. Let's move on to the next game. Second Minnesota game at home. Like I said, I went to the game. game. Me and my friend went.
For you.
Yeah.
How aware was the arena, like the fans, that Dame had a sniff of the 3-point record?
I'm gonna say not aware. I'm not gonna say not aware. People were
He's gonna say not aware, boys.
You gotta elaborate.
Okay, because people, when I was always following it, once he had like 6, I was like, okay, thinking about it. And then when 8 came around, I was standing up when he was making 3. There was no one standing in my section, maybe a few guys here and there, but no one standing up. Once he got to 10, they put it on the billboard. That's when everyone started to actually get.
So like when he didn't come back at all in the 4th, were people like, why isn't he coming in?
Were there any "We Want Dame" chants?
There was a "We Want Dame" chant in the 4th quarter, but I feel like it wasn't really aware until late in the 3rd quarter. I mean, it was.
But that makes sense because
I'm not gonna say it was an off game, but it was a slow.
I
doubt second back-to-back on a game, so I don't know, kind of. And also, he just didn't have that many points. I mean, how do you score 11 threes and not even have 40 points? That's kind of crazy.
That's true. All his buckets were threes. Also, Minnesota was getting blown out by 25, so there's no need.
Yeah, and that's such a good blowout to have. Everyone's saying that we should have put Dame in. I'm just glad we blew him out, and like we didn't have to go. It's as hard as possible to get a win. Like you got to take those when you get a chance. Just extra rest, just little increments of rest.
It adds up. How many times? Go ahead.
When he had 11 and then he missed 2 wide open threes. That hurt. That was like a knife in the heart right there. And then
was it really?
Yes, no, it was worse than that. It was like I don't want to describe how
Yeah, you're good.
torturous
I
it
think
felt.
I get the feeling.
But yeah, and then I was kind of part of me was rooting for Minnesota just a little bit because I wanted to see Dame.
That's what on the broadcast. That's what Lamar was saying. He was like, if or Kevin, I don't know who it was, but they were like, if you want to see a record tonight, you might want to root for Minnesota here in the next 4 minutes, try to claw back into this.
Yeah, and then Josh Hart absolutely sold on a play transition. He has 11 at the moment. We're up like 18, so like we either need Minnesota to start coming back or Dame to hit more threes. He hits Jeremy Grant in the corner for a 3 and he makes it, but Dame was right behind him. True. And Dame was like calling for the ball, and then the second he passed it, Dame was like, oh, yeah. I could see his facial expression.
What's crazy is I'm pretty sure after the game, Dame was like, I didn't feel that hot.
He was like, I felt hot, but I didn't feel that hot.
I felt hot, but it wasn't that hot. Like he was hot, but it wasn't like hot.
One more thing from the game. Halftime, he came in, he was doing some practice shots. He missed 5 in a row, wide open. So maybe that's what he was referring to.
He's not a wide open shooter.
Yeah, we were talking about that tonight.
Seriously,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about this.
It's a stupid take because he's so good and he can make any shot on the floor, but it does feel like because the 3-pointers that he creates are like off screens. Okay, but like, sorry, I'm everywhere right now, but we're saying Dame is not a great spot up wide open shooter relative to how many threes he makes and how good he is. But yeah, I feel like that a lot of the screens that he comes off of, the Nurk screens, he's wide open and he hits them.
We might be wrong. It might just be an urge. I don't know.
An urge.
Nick. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably a catch and shoot thing though. Like, yeah, it's an interesting take. I mean, if you're watching this, put in the comments if you think Dame's a good spot up.
When you have 3 seconds to think about it, I feel like for some reason I feel like people miss more often than not, than they should. Obviously,
it's definitely more pressure when you're wide open. You're like, okay, I got to make this. Obviously,
yeah. And
when you're coming off a screen, you're like, okay, this is a hard shot. Yeah, you're in rhythm. You're like, I don't know if I'm going to make this, but whatever happens, and that typically makes you better, I guess. I don't know. You could argue even the same for. No, it's not. I'm not going to say Steph Curry, but I don't know.
You could maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But that's
I want a percentage. I want to see a stat. I don't know if
they probably have that of like how close
just career. I just want to see everything about it.
They definitely have that, but I'm not going to go searching for it right now. Let's move on to the schedule. Pretty much for the rest of the calendar year. First question. Do the Blazers lose a game before Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay, let me look at the schedule.
I was going to say to the Mavericks.
We're already 0-1 against them. I feel like we're due.
Did the Blazers lose a game?
The Mavericks or Denver or one of
them? Okay, well, say the schedule for or I'll say them. So we go at Dallas.
Yep.
We're going on a 6-game road trip starting now.
Okay, I'm just going to briefly say each game, win or loss, and maybe say a quick word about it. Dallas, loss. I'm going to say win. They're not in the plan. They're not in the plan right now.
Yeah, but they could be the 3 seed if they go on a 3-0 run.
Okay, well, we're hot, and we have Dame Dalla, and Dame Dalla is going to play good. Okay, then we got Houston. OKC. I'm going to say those are 3.
I'm tempted to say we beat OKC twice.
We're going to lose. I think we're going to lose a game between our next 4.
I mean, that's a good take.
Like, that's as basic as it gets. That's probably what's going to happen.
Is that greedy? Only saying
no, it's not greedy.
Is it greedy to go? Is it greedy to go 4-0?
That's greedy. It's not greedy.
You can't get more greedy than 4-0. So I'm gonna say that's.
It's not 4-0. It's 5-0. There's 5 games before Christmas. Not 4.
You're right.
Oh yeah, we're not going 5-0 before Christmas, and if we do, thank you, love it.
Okay,
we're on a 3-game win streak.
Okay,
we won 5 of our last.
I want to talk about these next 2 games we got because
Texas Roadie.
We're gonna be in.
Yeah, tell me what you're doing. This is a unique experience.
Urban Dictionary could be dirty, but we're not going to look that up. I don't know though. But
wow, we'll see.
We're gonna be in attendance for both of those games. We have no affiliation with Texas. We just are flying out to Texas because we are gonna go see 2 games, and we got free time right now, and tickets are cheap at Toyota, which is Houston. But be on the lookout. We'll be vlogging both of them, so we'll have a nice fun vlog for those. Is it?
No. It's not bad. No. A roadie on Urban Dictionary is an individual who is responsible for setting up, tearing down, and generally maintaining the equipment of a band, and that is the other one.
Okay.
I cannot say that.
You have to.
But a roadie is short for road trip in my estimation. So if I said something bad, I apologize.
But just know, combined with Cody going to the Timberwolves game, us two going to 2 games in Texas, where we'll be in attendance for another game, all 3 of us together. Who knows? Cody could go to one more.
Oh,
you never know. We could at least 4 Blazer games here. In the
hold on. You went to the Minnesota game. We're going to 2 here.
Yeah.
We're going to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to probably go to at least one more.
Maybe not because he's.
But I'm saying we're away
over the whole year. You're going to at least how many more over the whole year? Like what's at least? Don't say the exact.
He'll be out in Portland.
We'll say 1. We'll say 1.
Probably 1.
Okay, 1. We might go to the Atlanta game. That's always in Atlanta. We might go to 6 games. Do the Blazers go undefeated in games that we go to?
No, because we lose to Dallas. Dude, Dallas is gonna be rocking.
Dude, that arena sucks.
It sucks, but like it's loud, and I swear the Mavericks are always in close games.
Airline Center sucks.
It's American.
It's just old.
It is old.
Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, Houston's got to be a win. We're going to beat the Hornets at home. Are you kidding me? And then we just beat T-Wolves. So, yeah, it's going to come down to that game against Dallas.
How was it? I know we already talked about Dame in person, but like just for the viewers and the listeners, when we go to a game, Dame sucks. Like we have a curse of Dame. Like we went to the Pelicans game a few years ago. He was like 0 of 9 from 3 or something. And then like we went to the Hawks game a few years ago. Dame didn't play, CD didn't play. We watched Tim Frazier play 48 minutes. That was fun.
How did they do against the Mavericks last year during COVID? Did he even play?
We went to the T-Wolves game. I don't think he played that well.
We lost that game.
And yeah, Brennan put a lot of money on it. What was it like seeing Dame? It's the same question, but it's just cool that you got to see Dame hit 11 threes, which is probably more than I've seen him hit in a person in his life.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that could actually be true. Now that I think about it, that's kind of sad. No way. There's no way that's true.
But, probably not. But dude, I've been to more games Dame's been scratched or hurt than he's actually played. That's true.
I really hope that like the team is fully healthy in these next 2 games. That would be fun.
Yeah. Well, nice. Anyway, like I said,
comes back.
It was great seeing him make the threes after that abysmal performance we've seen from him in the last couple of years. The curse is broken. Maybe I unbroke the curse for you guys, man. That's stupid as crap to say. But anyway, maybe Dame will continue his hot streak and drop another 30-plus game the next 2 games. For you guys, that would be something.
He's on a 4-game 30-point streak.
35-point streak.
35-point streak.
Which is just a whole nother stratosphere than 30, I feel like.
Yeah, it is actually. It is.
I'm not gonna say it's easy to score 30, but role players can touch 30.
You're not seeing people score 35.
We were saying how
Seth Green's.
Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Okay, we were saying how Dame was kind of like sucking. Like his 3-point percentage was like below 35%. His field goal percentage was low 40s at like 1 point. But he's really upped it. His field goal percentage is now 44.6, and his 3-point is now up to 39.2. So he's 1 or 2 or 3 big solid games away from being 40%.
Do you think he could sniff 50, 40, 90, or is the 2-pointers too hard?
No,
he takes too many shots, I feel like, and like too many tough shots.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Simons would have a better chance.
Yeah, I think so. Simons actually said preseason that he wanted to go. His goal was 50, 40, 90. I mean, that's always everyone's goal, but like that's not like out of the world for Simons.
Stat.
Tony Snell shot 50, 50, 100 one year. He took 3 free throws.
Hey. That's funny because he was a former Blazer.
Yeah, I know. Tony Snell or Anthony Tolliver?
Anthony Tolliver, 50, 40, 90.
All right, well, this is going to be a short podcast. We probably have a couple more things to cover, maybe. I don't even know.
Did we even talk about today's game? We didn't really much.
I guess we can, but
I have a game I'm working on.
I'll say about this game, today's game. All again, another great Dame performance. Love to see that. 2
blowouts in a row. How about that?
That's like, how many minutes? Do you have the box score pulled up at all?
For today's game? Yeah.
How many minutes did all the starters play?
Dame 36, Simons 33.
Gosh. Even with a blowout, he still played 36?
Yep, Nurkic 30, Josh 32. Okay, it wasn't a blowout, but it kind of was. It was teetering before.
I don't think we were out there like exerting exuberant amount of energy. Exuberance amount of energy.
I mean, we were up 20, but then we kind of slipped it and they cut it to, I think even 6 at one point. But then we kind of dug them down to the ground.
Okay, final thing before West does his game and we'll get out of here. Yeah. Defensively, Cody. Defensively. Mm-hmm. I get our offense is great, and I know we're still blowing people out, but I want to go back to the days of the early season where we were holding teams to under 105, 110.
The Spurs are a garbage team.
Only track meets.
The Spurs are a garbage team, and we gave them 112 points, and they didn't even shoot that good, really. I mean, they shot 44 and 37. Okay, that's pretty average, but maybe a little higher than average on the 3-point. And I don't know. I'm gonna look up our defensive rating right now. I'm gonna look it up because I'm interested.
Probably still bottom 25 or something, or not bottom 25, bottom 10. I mean, I could just look at.
Yeah, you look it up.
I'll look at I'm just looking at points allowed per game. I mean, I feel like that's pretty similar to team rating. We are 11th.
That's so cap. All right, let me go to the
Yeah, I'm looking up defensive rating now.
All right, go ahead and do that. But anyway, I'll just talk about this game briefly. So Spurs game. I mean, this was an unexpected W, and we got it. We did everything we needed to do. We got off to a lead, which was great. I loved actually not going down 20-10. And
24th in the league.
24th in league in defense? Seriously?
Defensive rating 24th in the league. Now
that's crazy.
How is our defensive rating that much different than? Never mind. It doesn't matter. But yeah.
And what's our offensive rating? Do you have that?
Yes. Give me one.
Yeah, find that out. I just don't understand how we're 24th. Again, part of it is the schedule. Like I said, we mentioned this in earlier podcasts.
We are 8th.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good. And it makes sense. Dame Dollar's back. He's doing his
Dame Dollar.
He's putting up 30+ point pieces, 11 threes a night. Makes sense. But 24th on defense, that's surprising. Like we said earlier, as our schedule gets easier, hopefully that rating will get a little bit better. But I really am shocked that we're 24th. I would have thought we were middle of the pack at worst, but
yeah, so
clearly not. So
definitely something to work on. These next 2 weeks will be, I guess you can say, big weeks, but in reality, like, they're not all must wins or anything, but it's a good opportunity to stack up some wins, especially with the momentum we have right now. Another 6-game road trip stinks. I think we're the only team in the league with 6 or with like 3, maybe it's 4 6-game road trips. So obviously we travel the most, but it's still like, for the road trip, like, I would, if we're gonna go on a road trip, these are some teams I would probably want to face, because I think we got a good chance. Like, if we can come out of there, I know we're talking about, can we be 5-0 before Christmas, but we're on. Wait, is it a 6-game road trip or a 5-game road trip?
5. Or well, 6 including.
We can
tonight.
come out of
6
there.
Including tonight.
Oh yeah, okay. It was including tonight. So if we can come out of these, like, a 4-2 on the road is always a good thing. Like, the fact that we're talking about 6-0 is wild. So if we go 5-1, I will be over the moon.
And we're just
assuming... If we go 6-0, I might start the finals predictions.
All right. Okay. Here's my game. This game is, did this player play for the Trailblazers?
That's an interesting game.
Okay.
I feel like we should get all these.
All right. Or was he on the team at some point? Yeah. How about that?
Okay. Well, yeah, play for the or
did he play for the Trailblazers? First one, Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
I mean, you say yeah, so I'm
Cody, but
yeah.
do you know? Okay, tell me one. Do you know? He was one of the players that was on our team last year when we had last year during all the COVID virus stuff. I mean, he was actually on our team for like 3 months or 4 months, but yeah, he was on our team last year.
Did not know that. I just did not follow the team that much.
I mean, who did last year?
Yeah.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Oh
no, I'm kidding.
The camera's about to die, so we gotta
give me Omer Osic.
I don't recognize that name. All right,
I'm gonna say no.
No.
Yes.
He has?
He was drafted
when?
by us.
No, he was drafted by the Blazers.
Drafted him
and then traded on the night of.
Yes, I don't know. It's hard.
I mean, we should know everything about the Blazers, so
you really should. Let's go with
Damian Lillard.
No.
Nolan Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the first round pick 1 year.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Remember
I
him.
thought he was going to come in and be like him.
He was
I was
not
also
him.
when I was 8. Maybe even younger. That was actually the first memory I have of the Blazers drafting somebody.
Really?
Yeah. Like I remember watching Brandon Roy play, but I don't remember.
How long was he in the league for? I don't even know.
Like 3 years.
Let's go with Eric Maynor.
I recognize the name, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
even what he looks. I don't remember what he looks like. No.
Light skin. He was on the Blazers.
He
Probably
was?
like 2013, maybe.
20. That's a better one. I'll give you a Blazer player. You have to tell me the year.
Gosh, I remember.
I remember him in the sleeve.
You have to tell me the year, okay?
Did he have a headband?
I don't remember, dude. You might be thinking of Jared Bayless.
Oh, that is who
I forgot he played for the Blazers.
He was
Let's
good.
go with Martell Webster. What year was he?
Yeah, he was.
He was on the team for a while, but I'll say like
anything.
2007.
I'm gonna say 2009.
I looked at 2008, 2009, but I think he was on the team in 2007. Let's go with.
If you're close enough.
My bad. I don't want to do that year. Let's go with Mo Williams.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, the Rockets here.
2014 to 13, 14.
2013-14.
Was he only on the team 1 year?
That's a good question.
He was our backup point guard. He was.
Yes.
He was great.
He was good, but not like.
I mean, he's backup point guard. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Let's go with Darrell Wright.
Yeah. 2015-16. Maybe a little earlier.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Man, you guys are good. Let's go.
We're City Rundown. Come on.
I mean, you're carrying, but yeah. Or are we against each other? I don't know.
No,
Let's go with Gerald Wallace. That you got to think about. You got to think about how he exited the
2010.
Yeah,
9 to
10.
10.
11.
9 to 10.
He was the guy we traded away for the number 6 pick in the 2012 NBA draft.
Which Cody?
Was Damian Lillard. I'm not going to let him get embarrassed like that. Okay. Joel Prince Villa.
9-10.
9-10, yeah. That one's easy.
Yep. I think so.
Yeah, he's a pretty big name.
He was,
believe it or not.
He was not 9-10, but it's fine. Let's go.
What was he? He was before Robin Lopez and before Thomas Robinson and Rob. Yeah.
You don't even know who I said.
JJ Hickson.
Oh yeah.
That was before T Rob. Yeah.
Oh, this is a great one. I'm pivoting here because I got stale. This is the last game here.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice hat. Where'd you get that?
Here we go. Can you tell me? So like, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go up to 7 if you want. Who has the top 5 most points in a game for the Blazers? And some guys are on there multiple times.
Right,
so 5 different players.
Let's
five different players.
So Dame is in there, and
Lillard has 260 bombs.
Yeah, I know, but we only have to guess his name once.
Okay.
We're doing it.
So I think we're going to be is number 1. Dame's done it 4 times.
He's
got the top 4.
61 was the highest.
Against who?
Mavericks. He did in the bubble.
Okay.
He did against the Warriors.
He has 2 61s. Okay.
Then he went 60 against the Nets.
That's third. What's fourth?
50.
No, he had one more 60.
He had a 59.
No. He had a 59 against the Nets?
No, he had the 60 against the Nets.
Mavericks again?
No, you're 59 against the Jazz in 2017.
I actually remember that now.
All right, number 5. This guy's from 2005, so I don't know. He had 54 against...
Do we have to go in order?
No.
If I can now think of somebody else that probably will be on it.
Go.
CJ, his 50.
CJ had 50 against Chicago.
Yeah.
He's like, that's like 11, but like
he's one of the
Dame
5
has like
players.
Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 13.
Brian Roy, does he have any 50
CJ
pieces?
is 17, and Dame is like the 12 of the 17.
Okay, but CJ is like the 5th highest.
CJ is the 6th highest.
Oh, so
at
CJ
50.
wasn't. Oh, dang.
He's tied for 6th with Clyde the Glide.
Aldridge had that 50. Did he have 50?
Aldridge
never
is
had
not
50.
on the list.
No, Aldridge. I'm thinking of the playoff game against the Rockets.
Did B. Roy ever have a 50 bomb? I don't think he did.
I don't know.
He probably did. He had to have.
I'm gonna say he didn't, but Cody, you say yes. What do you think?
I'm gonna say he did.
Oh, he did.
B. Roy had 52 against the Suns in 2008.
Wow.
Nice.
Jeff Petrie in 73. I'm not gonna make you. There's
2005.
2005. This guy had 54 against the Orleans.
Give the other year.
And the other guy had 52 against Dallas in 2010. You guys should get this one.
52 against Dallas. 2010.
Oh, Andre Miller.
Andre Miller.
Oh my god!
Wow, that's like one of the ones where it's like most random players to ever get 50. Okay, but who's the 2005 guy?
2005 guy. He scored 54 against the Hornets, and you guys wouldn't know this, but I do.
Luke Babbitt.
Dame like used his name in a song of his.
Okay.
In Shaq's diss.
Who is on our team? Probably like.
I mean,
could
Zach
be Zach
Randolph.
Could be Zach Randolph.
I don't think he was scoring 52, 54.
Steve Blake. No, I don't know.
Here
Travis Outlaw. No,
that's a pull, but no way he ever scored 54.
Who's 50? That's a lot of points.
He's got to be a good player because then he would go down as like an Andre Miller, most random players to get 50.
He probably was Travis Outlaw.
Is he known for the Blazers, you think?
I would think so, just because Dame talks about him. I think he was on the 2000 team, the Western Conference Finals team.
It's not Scotty.
No,
Damon Stoudemire.
Yes,
that was just
it was Damon Stoudemire.
I didn't know he was still in the Blazers.
Quickly, we're cutting it off
we're cutting it off after this, guys.
Since 2010. Oh, Dame is 1, Miller's 2, CJ's 3. Who is 4? Who is 5? Who is 6?
Aldridge.
Aldridge is still not on there.
Aldridge never had any big games.
There are 4, 5, and 6. Actually, 5 has 45. 4 has 45. 5 and 6 have 44. So
Simons had 44 against the Hawks.
That's not Simons' highest game.
He had 45 just recently.
He had 45 against Utah literally like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was sweet.
So it's like Dame.
So two
Andre,
other.
3 is CJ. 4 is Simons. 5 and 6.
So both scored 44.
Both scored 44. Let's not overthink it.
Oh, Josh Hart.
Josh Hart is in the
top, tied for top 5 of the decade.
He had his Barack Obama game. That's what he calls it.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
44th Prez.
Yeah.
44th Prez.
Well, I've never heard that.
And then the last one.
In the last decade, 44.
This guy had 44. You guys are going to kick yourselves.
CJ.
No, CJ had the 50 against Chicago.
Oh, we just said them. So we said CJ, Dame.
Dame.
Simons.
Brandon Roy?
He had 44s, not B. Roy.
Yeah, well, Brandon Roy played like a season past 2010.
He had 44. I'm not going to give you a hint.
And we said it's not LA.
Let's think here. No, it's not. Could it be Batum?
No. That's a good guess, actually.
Let's keep it in the back pocket.
That's in the back pocket right now.
No way Matthews did it.
No way Matthews did it. No way a center did it.
No way like a Minu or
no way a backup center. We said Josh Hart. Could it be anyone from this year? Jeremy Grant?
I don't think so.
Jeremy Grant, are you sure? 44?
No, he's not had 44. No way. No. Sure. Jeremy Grant's had 44. He had it against the Knicks when he had like 21 free throws. It's Jeremy Grant. We're frozen, but
your thing froze. Is your camera dead?
Yeah.
Actually?
Changing the camera real quick.
So yeah, it was Jeremy Grant though, that's the answer?
It's Jeremy Grant, right?
It is Jeremy Grant. He had 44 against the Knicks.
Wow, you guys got uglier. Damn.
Yeah, thanks, man. We're just trying to come down to your level.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up this pod. All right, we're going to wrap up this pod, guys. I don't even know if it ended up being a short pod, but
it was a little short.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
It was a fun one. It was fun and light.
Just a chill pod. Nothing too much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.